Hello! Today we're at the Santa Rosa Plateau Ecological Reserve, just outside of Murrieta, California, Temecula, Wildomar area. There are many trails around here. It is known for its wildlife. It has, I believe, the oldest standing buildings in Riverside County. We're about to go into this visitor center, check it out a little bit. Then I'll take you to those buildings. There are vernal pools that are on the far side. We're gonna walk over to, and yeah, it'll be a nice, beautiful time. Okay, well now we checked out a little bit of the visitor center. Last time we were here, there was a really cool art display in there and tons of local sculptures and paintings and all sorts of stuff. But now we're gonna drive up the road a little bit to a different trailhead, and we're gonna go to the vernal pools, and then we're gonna check out those adobes. It'll be pretty cool, and let's go check it out. Well, hello and welcome to the Santa Rosa Plateau in the beautiful state of California, at the southern end of the Santa Ana Mountains in southwest Riverside County. The Ecological Reserve is about 9,000 acres, and it boasts many unique ecosystems, including Engelmann oak woodland, riparian wetlands, coastal sage scrub, chaparral, bunchgrass prairie, and vernal pools. Here my wife and I are walking towards our first point of interest along the trail, the vernal pools. Off to our right hand, you will see some smaller pools that do indeed have water in them, but the main pool with the boardwalk, unfortunately, was empty on the day we visited. It's been raining quite a bit recently here, so if you were to go back, it would actually be pretty darn full. But I'll just let you enjoy the sights of the trail for right now. I'll pop back in when I've got something else to say a little bit later on. There's a couple of the things that we will indeed see, such as those old adobes, and some various other ecosystems within the plateau. here we are at the main vernal pool. This is an extremely beautiful part of the plateau, especially when there's water in it. And even when there's not a lot of water, but there's still quite a bit of moisture, the wildflowers that grow in the, pool bed area are just extremely vibrant, extremely beautiful. Here are some pictures of a couple other times when the pool was nice and full. It's also the ecosystem that supports the fairy shrimp. And once again, it was an absolutely fantastic day to be out on the trail. I remember last time my wife and I were here, there was somebody flying a helicopter the entire time above our heads, and it was just extremely annoying and truly, truly broke the peace. I remember asking a ranger what the helicopter was exactly doing, if they knew at all. And they said it was a guy who owns a helicopter who flies it around. And he literally lands it in his front yard. And as you pull into one of the trailheads of the plateau, you can see his house. It's on the edge of the property right before a cliff. And right there is a helicopter pad right in front of his home. You just got a Mr. Monopoly man flying all around this extremely beautiful ecological reserve, and you can only imagine that the sound of those helicopters are just disrupting the wildlife, and I mean, not to mention my own peace while I'm there. It just only in Southern California. Plateau offers many amazing views of the surrounding large peaks of Southern California, such as Palomar, which is in front of me, and San Jacinto, San Gorgonio, and Mount Baldy. And on clear days, you can just see a gigantic portion of Southern California from a couple different areas of the plateau itself, such as Monument Hill and various other bluffs. So here we are in some high chaparral, and this is one of the major ecosystems that dominates the Cleveland National Forest and a lot of other areas down here in Southern California. The indicator species and a lot of the species you will find within chaparral are going to be many different types of oak, sagebrush, manzanitas, California lilacs, buckwheat, sages. There's some lichen that grows on a lot of the brush in the area as well. It's an extremely dense group of all this brush, and it's very impenetrable, and so you really can't do anything other than really stay on trail. And I think I stick the camera up above here relatively soon to give you an idea of, how it feels to be down inside of it. There's an entire world above you that you just can't see, and it's just really neat to be inside of it. So here we are entering the area of the adobes. This is my favorite portion of the hike here in the plateau, simply because I really do love old buildings. They kind of give off this very cool, interesting vibe. I just enjoy being around. Unfortunately, you cannot go inside of these adobes that you will see in a little bit, but we do get a chance to peek inside of the windows. Now, the red barn off to the left hand, I don't know how old that is. I can't imagine it's too incredibly old. They keep stuff in that barn to maintain the land around the plateau, so. In 1846, Mexican Governor Pio Pico granted Juan Moreno 47,000 acres of land. Then in 1855, Juan sold the Rancho Santa Rosa to Agustin Machado. And eventually the land passed through many, many hands. It landed in 1904 in the ownership of a Walter Vale. And the Vale name carries a lot of historical weight, especially in the Temecula Valley. I mean, there's still a shopping center named after the guy. You kind of get the feeling that you used to be able to go inside at least this adobe, judging by some of the display cases that are in there. But I'm pretty sure that that used to be a bunkhouse for the cowboys who used to work on the plateau and the rancho. Sometimes I get a little jealous of the people that did live back then. They got to enjoy this land and the area back when there just wasn't nearly as many people in the valley. And the experience of just being able to get on a horse and ride for miles and miles and miles and not really see anyone else would have just been quite spectacular. And also just having a gigantic big picnic underneath that 400-year-old big oak tree would have been pretty darn fun. I think another important thing to kind of remember when you're walking around this plateau is forever how long those adobes have been there. Native Americans in general have been using the land for many, 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 many more years than that. And there are certain portions when you're walking around the plateau, you sort of feel that sort of energy, that it's a very special place, and it was special to many people throughout history, and its ecological, resources kept civilizations alive for thousands of years. So our next stop along our trail is going to be what you would consider a riparian wetland. And these little low-lying wetland areas are very neat, and they support species such as the black-bellied salamander, the California red-legged newt, other various critters. I just really enjoyed being down inside of this trail. Very peaceful, very serene, very quiet. Well, I really don't believe I have that much else to say about the Santa Rosa Plateau, so I think I'll just let you guys enjoy the rest of the footage that I have here. But I do believe that going into 2026, I'm going to try and be a little bit more consistent with my upload schedule. I know that this has only been my 4th video, and it's been quite a while since my last one. But I kind of battle with laziness quite a bit. And also these things just kind of take a while to make. I would also just like to thank you all so much for clicking on this video, for making it this far in the video, and for really watching any of my videos if you have. Or if this is your very first one, just thank you. If you could do me just one more little favor and like the video, or leave a comment, or subscribe, share it, tell somebody about it. Anything would be a very large help. But even if you're just watching it, thank you. Thank you. Also, a massive shout out to my wife, Brianna, who has been with me through this wonderful day on the trail. You can also subscribe to her YouTube channel at Brianna's Bananas. That is BREANA''S Bananas. Brianna's Bananas. She does kind of a variety of different things, but primarily kind of cooking. But I believe she is one of the best chefs in the world. That is not me just saying things. I think she does some pretty neat and quirky things on her channel as well. It's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, we're gonna make our way out of this little low-lying wetland area and kind of double back around to where we were and head back to the car. But please enjoy the rest of the beautiful trail, and I do believe I'll see you next time. Thank you.